Hey everyone, it's Matthew, and this is Crumb, my bird. Welcome back to another devlog for the Feathered Serpent. I hope y'all don't mind the change of scenery. I spend way too much time in that computer room, and I needed to get out in front of a different light, just hanging out with my bird for this devlog. So there's been a lot that has happened since, hi buddy, since we last made a devlog. I launched my Kickstarter and it got funded within 24 hours. That just blew me away. I didn't expect that to happen at all. So genuinely, anyone who supported that, any one of you who was a part of that process of getting me funded in 24 hours, thank you so much. That was freaking amazing. It boosted my confidence. It honestly it's really changed my life, and it's changed Crumb's life, right, Crumb? I can afford to buy you snacks now. But this is a devlog, so let me get into the changes that we've done on the game since last episode and today. We're gonna start out with the fourth area that I was able to work on. It's not completely done yet.
As you can see here, the parallax and the backgrounds are completely finished. The tile set still needs a little bit of polishing, but I did just kind of throw it together so that we can go ahead and take a look at what's going on here. I'll be honest, I have no idea why there's two of me here, but hey, there's two of me. I tried to go for a very Aztec theme with temples in the backgrounds, giant statues with water coming out of their mouths, and these cool totem poles that they have dinosaurs coming off of them. I also wanted to make this area really stand out from the other areas in terms of color in the background, which is why it is yellow, and you can also see the utilization of greens and blues to break up the yellow as well. And it really goes a long way to make this area feel special, unique, and it really sets it apart from the other three areas in the game. Here are some of the work-in-progress Saurian enemies that you can see here. He's jumping. He's a really huge sprite, probably one of the biggest sprites I have yet created for an enemy. I really loved how he turned out. I loved animating him. I love his little shuffle, and I love the attack here that he has with his giant macahuitl. It really just fits the theme of my game. I love everything about it. We can also take a look at the death animation here. I was super happy with how that turned out as well. I love how he drops the macahuitl and how the body kind of stays there for a second before it fades away. All in all, seeing this start to come together really got me excited for the fourth area here. I think it's going to be something super special, and I'm already loving the look and feel of these dinosaur Saurian enemies.
Now moving on, something that took up a large chunk of my time, but I wanted it done for the demo, for the Kickstarter, was the intro cinematics to my game.
Now, just as a reference, these are what the original opening cinematics used to look like. These were my original concepts, my original ideas, and as we can see here, they are not very good. They're in black and white for whatever reason, they're very hastily thrown together, and there's not really much of a story.
And you know what? I'm just gonna let them play. You just gotta see them in all of their glory, so let's take a look at the new ones. Okay, I am beyond stoked with how those turned out. I loved making them. I had a lot of input from my Twitch chat when I was making them, and I love how they turned out. There's a little things here and there that I'm probably gonna change or polish a bit more before the final game releases, but I'm super stoked with how they turned out. As part of releasing the Kickstarter, I did release an updated demo that you can go and try on itch right now. This demo includes all those cutscenes, it includes the entire first area of the game, it includes half of all the items that will ever be present in the game that for you to play around with and test out in your runs. And if you beat the demo and you beat the boss,
you'll see here that it actually has an infinite symbol. And as you walk through it after beating the first area, it will just reset you. But the difference being that every single enemy now has double the amount of their normal HP. So as you can see here, I'm actually doing 13 damage, but it still took me 2 hits to kill that enemy. Upon beating the demo a second time, you will see the symbol changes to this infinite plus, and this eerie music starts playing, and now suddenly, every single enemy seems to almost not die. They each have 10 times the amount of their normal HP. Now, no one that I know of so far has been able to beat all the levels in Red Infinite Plus. There is an ending, but you have to play through the remaining forest levels, every single one of them. So there's roughly 30, I think, after this point, maybe 40. And yeah, it just really allows you to enjoy a full build's worth of items and really see how the game is going to feel and progress.
Now that is mainly it as for what has changed with the game directly. However, I did spend a ridiculous amount of time polishing the game. I have a Discord, as many of you know, and many amazing people, amazing YouTube viewers, Twitch viewers came in and they were testing out the game. They were bug testing it, and they would report and post those bugs in the Discord. So much of my time was spent working on just polishing up the game and fixing those bugs.
Part of the polishing was adding in this new tutorial warrior idol. He will appear throughout the tutorial, and he will tell you what all the different buttons do, how to play the game, how to access your inventory, and even the basics, how to jump over these flames here. Another small change I did, for example, is adding in the heart pickup in the shop. So now if you're running low on hearts, you can purchase 2 HP. And also fixing the whole entire shop display and UI. So these don't overlap anymore, and the gold amounts are always visible within the shop. So it's just a lot easier to read and figure out kind of what's going on. Another example of a small change that I added in or implemented was that when you shoot these sword lizards in the air, they used to just play their death animation in midair, and it looked a little strange. So now they actually wait till they're on the ground before playing that death animation, as you can see there. And while they're in the air or falling down, obviously they won't be able to hurt you. They get completely disabled until they hit the ground. Other things we were able to add in was a new revive animation and just adjusting things such as the different text in different menus, making them a little more readable and make a little more sense. And here you can see our resurrection animation that plays every single time we come back. Another huge improvement we were able to add in was fixing and fully implementing in the skill tree. So you can now purchase each of the upgrades to both the Macahuitl, or the sword, as well as the crossbow weapon. So for example here, this would unlock the burst ability of the crossbow. I'll go and cheat myself some blood gems here just to show you each and every single upgrade. So as we get this one, it explains what the burst ability does. We can purchase it, and now the crossbow actually has the ability to burst. And as we continue on here, we have increased ammo capacity. So as we purchase these, our ammo capacity over here will increase. And then the last one that I love is decrease amount of time it takes to reload by 25%. This one really makes the crossbow just that much better. As you can see, the reload is insanely faster now. So that is honestly, these two upgrades with the increased ammo and the reload just makes the crossbow feel so good to use. And now moving on to the Macahuitl, we have every 6th attack will be a heavy attack. So if I were to go and grab the Macahuitl, or sword weapon here. It says sword right here. Sword. Anyways, as you see here, it's just a normal attack. Nothing's happening. But if we purchase this upgrade, every 6th attack will be a larger attack that does more damage and has a wider hitbox. And as we continue on, we can decrease the number of slashes it takes to heavy attack. So now it is almost every 2 it's proccing. And then the last one is increasing the knockback that is experienced by the sword, so enemies will get knocked back further. The knockback object will be greater and bigger, so it's easier for the player to bounce off of things and utilize the knockback. We also completely changed the way that the cursor pulls and interacts with the camera. I had a viewer point out the fact that the cursor pulled more to the right than it did to the left. So we did end up fixing that. We rewrote the code that it uses, and it's a small improvement, but it's a pretty huge one. Other small things would be like these sound settings and music settings adjustments. These were very simple to add in, and as you can see, they decrease it. So if you ever find the music in one area or the sounds to be too overpowering, you can lower it like so. And it's just little things like that, little bits of polish that really make my game feel whole and complete. And I'm really happy that I was able to get those included in the game demo.
I'm serious. Please try the demo. You'll understand why my game is so much fun. Now, coming back to the Kickstarter page, we actually blew through the goal. It was only set at $3,000, and I do explain that in the Kickstarter video. But moving forward, what does that mean for the stretch goals in finishing the game? Well, the game is still set to release in probably February, late February, early March. And in regards to the stretch goals, the one that we're currently working towards is putting in a
Warrior Challenge altar. Now this altar is just going to be an end game altar that appears once you've beaten the true ending of the game. And it is a way to introduce in new challenges and different late game mechanics. I actually have a post on the Kickstarter page that goes over what it actually is all doing, and I just figured I'd read it out because what's the point in trying to figure out how to say it twice? This stretch goal is all about adding more replayability and content into the game. This altar will be one similar to the skill tree altar, but instead will have options to increase the difficulty of the game in different ways. A few examples of what this will look like are increasing enemy HP, additional boss mechanics, time constraints for completing areas, increased shop prices, and limited amount of inventory space. Now, what's the point of putting all of that in and making it harder? As I said at the beginning, offering an extra challenge after beating all that the game has to offer. We are currently sitting at $4,460 donated, so if you would like to help make this stretch goal a reality and help us to get on down to some of the more interesting and fun stretch goals, such as daily leaderboards, new enemies per area, or even a boss rush mode, please consider checking out the Kickstarter page and supporting. For the new year, I went ahead and put in 25 brand new slots to be able to get the game for 25% off, just because I'm really stoked that we hit our reward, and I still want to be able to give back to this community that has helped me create this game and pushed me to make it and supported me along this crazy 3-year journey. So please go in the description now and go ahead and back this, and hopefully there will still be some quantities left for those of you who would still like to get the game at a discounted price.
I'd also like to thank my Patreon supporters, and we have a new Patreon supporter.
Thank you, Tenderbird. You are my newest egg donor, and a huge thank you to my 2 pasta providers, Jeff Bloom and Avon Avgard. Both of you have helped to contribute so much to this game in so many different ways, and I am so appreciative of it. And I'm very appreciative of all of the long-term, multi-year donors, Haley Critchfield, Ethan Critchfield, and Aldo Chapana. All of you are amazing friends, and I'm super appreciative of your support.
All right, everyone. This has been a fun devlog. Please go ahead and back the game if you haven't already. Please support me and the game. And come stop by the stream. I stream to YouTube and Twitch. I try to stream every morning starting at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time to about 3:30 Mountain Standard Time, so full 8 hours.
And hey, this is what the stream setup looks like. Please come say hi. Like I said, I stream to YouTube, so if you're subscribed here, you'll get a notification that I'm live, and I also stream to Twitch, and I figured I'd also like to shout out all of the amazing support that I've received over on Twitch. As you can see there in the top right, and I just pointed to the wrong direction because it's inverted, the top right there, we have 83 subscribers over on Twitch. That just means the world to me. Thank you. I know that a lot of them probably won't see this because they're subbed to me on Twitch and not YouTube, but I'm very grateful for all the support, and I just wanted to acknowledge it.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful new year. I'm glad that I'm going to be able to finish my game. Thank you for all the support, all of you throughout all the years that have brought me to this point. It's just been awesome, and I'm glad that I'm making a video about how my Kickstarter is successful, and we're still continuing and seeing success rather than a failed Kickstarter video.
So thank you, everyone, and please stop by, even if it's just for a few minutes on the stream, to say hello and to let me know what you're thinking about the game and just to say hi. I'm so appreciative and thankful for everything that all of you do for me, and I know that I'm going to be able to provide a very fun game and an awesome experience for you in just a couple months. I'll see all of you next week for a new devlog.
See you, everyone. He only chirps when I talk. Look at this. Nothing. But then if I start talking a lot about my game and I'm saying, hey, my game's super fun and please support me and back it, look at him. He starts talking again. Look at that. Aww.